Hello everyone, this is Weston's Otherwise with another video. Today, we look at a case study of the May 22nd, 2011 super outbreak by Weston's Otherwise. May 22nd, 2011. The Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma issued a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms for that day. Now, the greatest risk of severe weather was not centered over Joplin for tornadoes. That wouldn't matter for the people in Joplin. Most people remember this day for the Joplin tornado, but there were many other tornadoes on that day as well. On May 21st, 2011, the SPCF decided to issue a Day 2 slight risk. Conditions were looking favorable for development of supercells that, if they stayed surface-based, would pose a much higher tornado threat. There had been talk that day about issuing a Day 2 moderate risk of severe thunderstorms, but they never did. A sounding from Joplin, Missouri. If we look over here on the right, you can tell our wind barbs down here in the lower levels were really turning. We had a lot of cape, really good spin in the atmosphere. Cap broke extremely easy in the lower levels. It was just a picture perfect setup. The mesoscale discussion and watch. At 1:06 p.m., the SPC issued a mesoscale discussion. A tornado watch needed. Supercells capable of tornadoes and extremely large hail are likely across this area. They decided to issue a tornado watch at 1:30 p.m. It extended from down in the Red River all the way back up through portions of central Missouri. The severe threat continued in their next MD, but they had this area outlined where a cluster of supercells posed the greatest short-term tornado threat. Significant tornado parameter up here in Joplin was around a 3 to 4. Up here in Joplin, we were sitting at that 3 to 4 level. We're down here in portions of Arkansas, we were even at a 7. Here's radar at 5:34 p.m. and 5:39. You can tell at 5:34 we were starting to get that inflow, but here at 5:39 it was really starting to wrap up. At 5:43 we were able to see the debris ball on reflectivity, but at 5:48 it was the most visible on reflectivity, with a huge inflow notch on both scans. At 5:53, we had an extremely good looking hook and inflow notch, large debris ball. Before at 5:58, it started to occlude and we could no longer see a debris ball and reflectivity. Here's a velocity. 5:34 p.m. we were starting to see a bit of rotation. At 5:39, it had tightened up significantly. At 5:43 p.m., it reached peak intensity over Joplin before moving a bit to the southeast and weakening a little bit. At 5:53 p.m., the couplet had weakened significantly, and luckily that was the end of the Joplin tornado. The death toll was 161, with the injury toll being 1,000 plus. The cost and damages was $2.8 billion. Before and after pictures. Homes were swept clean. Anchor bolts were visible. You can look. Perfectly fine built neighborhoods. Mass destruction. Same over here. These apartments gone over here. Before and after 26th Street. A nice neighborhood, no damage in the before. If we go and look at the after, complete destruction. Almost nothing left standing. If we look at this hospital, you can tell well built, no damage, everything is fine. After, it is not rubble, but there's a lot of damage. Hope you guys all did enjoy today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe for more.